Everybody, Phil here with Carcraft Classics, once again showing off a new piece of inventory. We've got here a 1975 Kawasaki H2C Mark IV. This is a 750cc Kawasaki from, again, 1975. It's a 3-cylinder 2-stroke. Got it running so you can hear it because it sounds so cool. Take a listen to this 2-stroke street bike. How cool is that? So back in 1971, Kawasaki started producing this 750 triple 2-stroke, and this was the last year they made it. That's the year they called it the H2C, and this thing is bad to the bone. Power band and everything. It's owned by a friend of mine, and he's had it the past 7 years. It was professionally restored, and some engineers worked on it and added some enhancements to make the rideability better and the stopping power. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but you can see it's in that cool purple color, which was a rare color from 1975, and everybody seems to love it. And frame off restoration for this motorcycle. Let's take a look. See, the motorcycle currently has about 4,000 miles on it. I think it's got 300 miles since the complete restoration, and the motor was also rebuilt and gone through. Powder coated the frame, redid the paint in the factory color. A new seat was added. There she is in all her glory. The thing is so cool. So anyway, this bike had the nickname the Widowmaker, because like I said, it was one of the, if not the fastest motorcycle of its time. People, I've heard, had the motorcycle shipped right to the track, took it out of the crate and raced it. This thing is nothing but fun. I mean, think about having a power band like you had on your dirt bike growing up, but on a street bike. This thing is so fun. Just buzzing it down here to shoot the video around the corner from the shop. It's a lot of fun, man. So let's talk about some of the things that were changed during this frame off restoration process. First of all, let's start up front. This bike came with a single side or a single rotor caliper setup for the brakes up front, and you can see now it has a dual setup, so she stops a lot better. We have the expansion chamber exhaust up here. As you can see, it's a very common thing back in the day. Period correct, so to speak. And of course, this bad boy has 3 carbs. And it does have the original air box, but it does not, the air tubes don't run from the box to the carbs. Now you can see these trick kind of air cleaner sponge kind of things set up here. Really cool, helps her breathe better and kind of gives it that hot rod look, in my opinion. The wheels, let's see, were also changed. Went with a little wider wheel. Super nice, like brand new. Of course, new tires were put on it. New Dunlops. You can see that wheel again. Super nice, nice and clean and new. The blinkers on the front were changed. For safety purposes, these are brighter, easier to see. Tell everybody what direction you're going in a little bit better with these. So again, this is owned by a friend of ours, and he's got a whole collection of Japanese vintage motorcycles that we'll slowly be working on for him and marketing them for him. So this is the first in a line of, like I said, 6 or 7 that he's going to be bringing in. And this is just the kind of guy that you want to buy a motorcycle from. He's really obsessive about keeping them clean, keeping them running right. One kick this morning and this thing turned right over. And whoever's interested in this motorcycle, we can connect you with him. because he's going to know a lot more about the specs and the technical aspects of the bike, and you know what it can do, what it can't do, and what's been done. We can connect any potential buyers with him, and you're welcome to ask him any questions. All right, so we talked about some of the changes. Let's talk about what's, you know, original. I've got a list over here. Let's see. Okay, original control levers. Plastic coating is gone, but they are the original levers. The original hazard flasher, and it does work. All the gauges work, all the lights work. It's got the original air box and intake tube. It's got the original style handlebar grips, the original chain guard, and, drum roll please, it's got the original toolkit there under the seat. We'll get a picture of that for you in the still shots up on the website. But so there she is, the Purple People Eater, aka the Widowmaker, Kawasaki H2 Mark IV 750, the Kawasaki triple 2-stroke. Super cool, super clean, frame off. It's ready for somebody's collection or for somebody to enjoy it on the weekends. Take a look at that paint up close. Metallic purple. I'm not sure of the actual manufacturer's name. And then let's take a look in here. We have that stamp. I'm sure some real hardcore collectors will want to see that. Let's see. See that there. Fork tubes are in great condition. Goes down the road really, really, really great. Had a lot of fun, like I said, driving it down here. When that power band takes over, you better be hanging on. But I know the purists will come out and tell me I said something wrong, and I welcome it. Again, my name is Phil. It's carcraftclassics.com. It's the website where you find all the additional still shots. The price on this bike is pretty firm at $15,900. I did my research, and there are some out there that need to be restored that are under $10,000, but a fully restored frame off process, you know, where these upgrades were even done by professional engineers. You know, this is not a backyard build. You know, this bike, again, not to use the cliche too much, but you know, you couldn't build it for that. At $15,900, we think that's more than a fair price. We've got all the history on the bike, everything you need to know. So you can see the pics, like I said, on my website. Feel free to give me a holler on my cell if you have any questions, or if you'd like to make an offer. My number is 770-317-1415. Thank you very much for watching the video and checking out our Kawasaki. God bless America.